what I'm going to focus on today, folks, is trees for the most part, or I think so. I may have to change up my way of fishing a little bit, but I think that's going to be the way to go right now. Now, what I'm going to be fishing with is, for the first time, I'm going to use this sow belly rod, okay? It's 6.5 feet long. It says medium action, but it's not. I'm going to say it's medium light. I'm using 8-pound braid, and I'm using a leader here that's a little bit short, really. I wished it was about 4 feet long, but that's good enough. With a 6-pound fluorocarbon leader, and I'm going to start off weedless this morning. That's a 1/32 ounce jig, rigged weedless, which I have a 40-pound test weed guard right here that I put in there myself. Size 4 hook and a little Bobby Garland bait. I'm going to start off doing that, but we may end up having to do all kinds of stuff. But whatever. Now you notice how I just threw right in the middle of that tree. I'm not afraid to do that. Not with a weedless jig, and it being 1/32 of an ounce. I'll cast right in them if I have to. Now the water depth is going to be, look here, I done got a bite. That was a bluegill. I'm going to be focusing on water depths anywhere from 1 foot to around 5 foot to start off with, and we'll see what'll happen there. That's where the crappie should be. And even little bitty limbs like that, I'm going to fish. I'm going to fish it all. There we go. That fish snuck up on me. He did. I was looking off. Don't do that. Focus, Richard Gene. There's a black crappie right there. Now right here, what I'm having to do right now is just anchor, folks. I'm just anchoring at the front of the boat right here. That's a little black crappie. Let's let him go. And I'm fishing. Y'all probably can't see it. The water's a little bit dingy, not too bad. But there's a tree right in here, or a cluster of limbs, not actually a tree. And I'm bumping those limbs on purpose to trigger these strikes. We have yet another front approaching. That's why we having all this wind right here. And I happen to be, not bragging, a master of fishing fronts because we have so many here in North Alabama. Let's let him go. We're just in the part of the country where the weather is so unpredictable. And I'm not finding a lot of crappie bunched up. They're just one here and one there. So I'm being as quiet as I can. This is real shallow water. And these crappie don't just get in big trees. They'll relate to a little cluster of limbs or anything like that. And sometimes they don't even have to have an object, much of anything. But I'm reeling it real slow, just off the bottom, ticking those little branches and stuff, and I'm triggering bites like that. And I'll fish here, I'll fan cast around a little bit and then move up and do it again. Especially when it's windy like this, you just can't, you can't have the control that you need to really catch fish by using that trolling motor. There's another one. Let's see what we got. That's a little bitty dude right there. Look how stumpy he is, folks. Let's look at him. Look how he's mainly head. That's a funny looking old crappie. Look at him. Can y'all see that? He is all, he's cute. He is a stumper. Let's let him go. Go on back. Now I'm looking for some big males, is what I'm looking for. Right here. And I could use mono right here just as easy as I could braid and be fine. But that braid sure is sensitive, especially when, as windy as it is. That's why I chose to fish this way today. It's a lot more. Crappie is a soft biting fish. There's no doubt about it. Y'all know that. And this braid right here is just a plus in wind. If he just smells of that bait, you'll know it. There we go. Boy, that drag's way too loose. I got hung up a while ago and loosened it. I was lucky to catch that fish, folks. I was lucky. Did y'all hear that? I'm ashamed of that. Let me make an excuse. The wind is aggravating me so much that I can't think. I could catch a fire out of these crappie if this wind would just die down just a little bit. But that's the sport of fishing. There's a good fish. That's a real big fish right there. Thank you for a braided line in this situation. If I'd had mono, I wouldn't have got a hook in that fish. Now that's a slab daddy, folks. That's a good one. I was lucky to catch that fish. That drag was loose as a goose. But I'm gonna tell you something. Ain't we all lucky for the blessings that we get? Or that's been given to us. If you think about it, we're all truly blessed. Let's let him go. She'll go back in there, and that is a female, by the way. Big female. She'll go back in there and lay some eggs and have more crappie fish. Whoa! That's a big bird right there. It looks like one of them Testorama's Catahallas. Woo! From back in the prehistoric days of the world. Woo! I'm gonna tell you, I love fishing like this. That weedless jig is a must a lot of times. If I didn't have it on here, the way I'm fishing, purposely bumping those trees, tree limbs, cover like that, I'd be hung up all the time. Because a lot of this is real dense. And there's nothing no more frustrating, and I know how it feels to lose a jig, tie one on, then break it off. The next one that you tie. And then throw a couple more times and then break off again. That is so aggravating. It's so counterproductive. And it aggravates you to the point where you'll just lay your rod down and look at the birds for a while. You'll either have to do that or scream. So that's why that weedless jig will pay off. What you'll do? Well, you'll fish and you'll catch fish instead of just fishing and practicing not tying. Let's catch another one. Look at here. Thump. I mean, it was a thump like that. Harder than snapping your fingers. That was a male crappie right there. And he got mad. Quit. Him got mad because I stuck him. Well, no, he was mad before I stuck him. He got mad because that bait went across his bed. Male. Look at there. Look at there. Well, now, hey, by Ned, look at there. I would encourage anybody to approach the sport of fishing if you've never done it. Maybe you should think about doing it. Let's let him go. Beautiful, perfectly built doggone crappie. Okay, and I'm going to throw out in yonder way and maybe catch another one. I don't know. They're pretty scattered today. But I'm going to bump the look here. Well, it's a bluegill fish, but I'm bumping the limbs out in front of this tree right here. Down below the surface, about 1.5 feet, there's another tree, and it's got crappie on it. It's got darn crappie fish on it. Oh, whoa! And this one's pulling because he's a good one. Y'all hear that? Hear that line singing? Wow, that's a good one. I believe we can flip him in. I don't even see that. Yeah. Woo, a little bit big to flip in there, but I done it anyway. That is yet another sow cow. Whew. I don't know what to say. Doggone. Whoa! I can't help it. I simply cannot help it. I have caught thousands and thousands upon thousands of these right here. I don't know how many thousands. And I get a thrill if I catch a great old good one like that or a little bitty, and it don't make no difference to me. Why should it? Let's let her go.
Yeah, blame it, old man Michael. You keep throwing over me. That's why I'm getting pouty. You're aggravating the far out of me. You keep throwing over my line. Everywhere I throw, you gotta throw too. My goodness. And when I get up there in the front of the boat, you right on top of me. We got too long of a boat. My goodness. You up in there with me everywhere. You got all kinds of boats. You never even quit throwing over me, or I'm gonna do the hell. You old man, you old wrinkled up neck, elephant neck man. Old hair in your nose, back, all that kind of stuff, ears. You old aggravating thing.
Well, folks, we caught a couple, 2 or 3 pretty good sow cows on the sow belly rod right here, light as a feather. Braid. It pays when it's real windy like this. I tell you that it makes a big difference feeling a soft biting crappie. But I'm gonna have to try to get on out of here. I believe I've burnt my motor up, my yammer handle. That kicker is burnt slam up, I believe, but I'm gonna go have it checked out. Usually I work on my own stuff. I'm pretty good with these motors, but I believe she may be shot. Rather than rebuilding it, I'll probably just buy a new one and put on it, because nothing is going to keep me off the water. I want to say God bless each and every one of y'all. Hey, woo, feel it, feel it, feel it. We are blessed. Hey, God bless every one of y'all, and and remember, go fishing when you can, because it's good first.